months have passed since Arsenal's last taste of European football. It was a very bitter taste for David Seaman, but he's confirmed himself as one of the world's foremost goalkeepers many, many times since Naeem's winners sailed beyond him. Stuart Houston, who was in charge that night in Paris, has Seaman fit to resume behind a defence lacking both Adams and Bold again. He says a clean sheet is the first priority for the first leg, but it's an adventurous-looking lineup with John Hartson restored alongside Ian Wright. The best-known name in the Mönchengladbach lineup, Stefan Effenberg, a regular in the German midfield until a bust-up with 30 votes during the last World Cup finals. Borussia had no one in the Germans' champion Euro '96 squad, but you may recall Jan Lipescu from the Romanian midfield, and at the heart of their defence tonight, Patrick Anderson, who reached the World Cup semi-finals with Sweden and had a spell with Blackburn Rovers before that. All the officials are from Switzerland. Shouldn't be a problem with the timekeeping tonight. And if Arsenal's start to the season has been a little better than some expected, just one defeat so far, Mönchengladbach has been a little worse than most expected, just one win so far. That was a 3-0 victory against Hamburg last Friday night in their last outing. Paul Merson, who was outstanding for Arsenal in their last outing at Villa Park. And with Merson, and Bergkamp, and Wright, and Hartson, and Platt too, Arsenal are not short of scoring threat. A rather autumnal evening in London, faint spray of drizzle in the night air. 4-1 from Juskoviak. Winterburn to Hartson. Now Bergkamp kicks the ball to his right. 4 waiting for a cross. Dixon. It's deflected away from Bergkamp and into the hands of Uwe Katz. Hochstetter. Juskoviak managed to turn it on into the path of Pashlak. Now Effenberg, and a chance for Juskoviak. It was straight at Seaman. No words of complaint from the Arsenal goalkeeper, but Juskoviak, the Pole, was given a clear sight of goal there between defenders, and maybe a couple of yards either side of Seaman, and even he might have been beaten. Arsenal have had plenty of reminders from Stuart Houston this week as to just how detrimental the concession of a goal could be in the home leg, and they've just had another reminder from the Pole, Juskoviak. And to add to their problems, Dennis Bergkamp is limping off on the near side at the moment and appears to be in considerable discomfort. Dixon, meanwhile, for 10-man Arsenal. Palmer. It's a testing cross. Anderson headed over his own crossbar. Arsenal will have a corner. Bergkamp is being treated off the field by Gary Lewin. Looks like a muscle problem. Well, these days in English football, if you lose one Dutchman, you bring another one on. Glenn Helder getting ready. Merson. Didn't reach Linnigan. Does reach Parler though, and here's Ian Wright! No flag. He had his back to goal, he just had to direct it into where he imagined the best of the target might be. He has those instincts. Parler it was who drove it back in, and Wright just had to try and deflect and divert it. Comfortable save for Katz. Early days, but Arsenal haven't really been able to get it Mönchengladbach as yet. This is Nielsen. This is Lloyd. Effenberg. Ball is out of play. Hartson is a very sturdy customer, and to use a boxing phrase, he's beginning to punch his weight more and more this season. Parler trying to save it for Dixon. He's found a way through to Ian Wright, and he's found a way through to force a fabulous save from Camps. Helder trying to resurrect the move. Merson turned away by Paslak. Came off Winterburn. Mönchengladbach will have a throw-in. Well, Ian Wright was encircled then, and somehow he managed to circle and hit a sweet shot, which the Mönchengladbach goalkeeper responded very quickly to. 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders around him. He was at a nice height in the end, but it was a sharp stop by Uwe Kamps. Haller's pass was not a good one. Effenberg saw it coming and produced a pass to match. Bypassed Hartson, but found right. Tackled by Hubert Fournier. Lee Dixon. Hartson! Off the post! And back into the grateful goalkeeper's hands. John Hartson's so unlucky. Credit Lee Dixon, the little dummy, bought in some space. Took on York Norn down to the dead ball line. Hartson struck it pretty cleanly. As it screwed against the post, it didn't get the spin that he needed to carry it over the line. Paslak for Mönchengladbach. They've got 3 in the box here. Skobiak was there, and so too was Nielsen. It's come out as far as 9. There was a speculator in the left back, but a crisply struck speculator nonetheless. But he didn't come as close as John Hartson did at the other end for Arsenal. Nothing like as close. He drew back into a good position here, Hartson. Found a bit of space off the defender and just managed to get his shot away. Lupescu, Nielsen, Skobiak, nice play. Effenberg. Oh, that's a very good Mönchengladbach attack, matched by a very good David Seaman save. Stefan Effenberg, the man denied, a man whose name has been linked with Arsenal in the last couple of weeks. He's going through another unsettled period with Mönchengladbach, and he forced the best out of Seaman there. Very difficult, low down to his left, long way down for a big man. Cut out by Helder, only right upfield against 2 defenders. Stefan Effenberg's agent is the key person in his life, it's his wife. Nielsen. Skobiak is onside, and Mönchengladbach are in front. The Paul-André Skobiak gives the visitors a precious away goal with 9 minutes of the first half remaining. Ball slipped through, and he was just onside. Linnigan pushing up last, didn't catch him, and it was a sweet finish. Tiny as you like, just tucked beyond Seaman, and just inside the post. But a stop on the ball from Lupescu fairly this time. The riposte was unfair, and Arsenal have a free kick. Final minute of the first half. Paul Merson standing over the ball. Linnigan and Keown inevitably forward. Last minute of the first half. Merson towards Hartson. Back in by Linnigan. Really good header away by the defender initially. Header from Linnigan didn't stretch Camps. But it was a devilish free kick swung in towards John Hartson. Very good defending by Fournier, the number 21. Hartson nicely for Dixon. Flat side against Merson. Some spasmodic pressure from Arsenal. John Hartson came close to scoring, but Andrei Yaskoviak has got the only goal of the half. It was the goal that Arsenal feared, the away goal, but they've been in tighter spots in the last week and got out of them. Let's see if Stuart Houston's side can produce another comeback after the break. Welcome back to Highbury, where Arsenal were 2 down to Chelsea just before half-time a week ago and almost won. They clambered out of a similar hole at Aston Villa on Saturday. But this is a different kind of assignment. And the damage done by Yaskoviak's first half goal tonight could be doubled. By Anderson. Mönchengladbach appeared in no fewer than 5 European finals in the space of 8 years during the era of Netzer and Vokes, Stieleke, Bomholt, Simonsen, Ankers. 3 times in that period Liverpool denied them, and only once have they beaten an English club side in Europe. Step from Effenberg has got beyond Linnigan, and he'll get another chance here, and he'll make it 2-0. And Mönchengladbach are well on the way to victory tonight. Andy Linnigan just couldn't catch up with Stefan Effenberg, and although David Seaman denied him at the first time of asking, within a minute of the restart, the Mönchengladbach captain had doubled his side's money. Linnigan's misjudgment wasn't strong enough or fast enough to stop Effenberg from there. Seaman rather surprised perhaps that the shot came straight at him, but the second one slipped underneath his hand and just inside the post. And it's a long, long way back for Arsenal now. Schneider rode his luck somewhat that time. Merson. Right. Merson. Great shot! Oh, Arsenal needed that. A flash of inspiration from Paul Merson, half the deficit. Now, is that the start of another Arsenal comeback? Beautifully curled, low down, past Kamp's left hand. Immaculate placement from Paul Merson. He scored in Arsenal's last 3 games. Helder. Merson didn't quite anticipate the pass. Now Mönchengladbach turns look a little rattled, a little rushed. And Wright has found Platt. Big appeal for handball. Platt gets on with it. Too long for Hartson. Dixon will try to make something of it. Goal kick. All the Arsenal fans behind that goal appealed. I have to say, it was not an appeal that was matched by the players on the field. Turn across by Platt. Well, it definitely hit the left hand of the sliding defender. What intent there was is debatable. Fournier couldn't afford to be that calm. It's Winterburn. It's Ian Wright for Arsenal. Oh, just wide. Surely it's a corner. I'm sure the goalkeeper got something on that. The referee has given a goal kick. Slipped through by Winterburn. Wright accelerating between defenders, and I'm positive that Uwe Kamps made a save there. And just as well for Mönchengladbach that he did, because the ball passed the post by, it's got a full hand on it, passed the post by less than a foot. Header on by Vinhoff, which he'll have to chase himself. Yaskoviak, the goal scorer, is off the field at the moment, receiving treatment. Free kick given against Linnigan. sharp turn by the substitute. 10 minutes remaining. Paslak, and it could be a killer goal. Free kick killed in devilishly by Hochstetter, and Arsenal got a taste of their own medicine there. A neatly worked free kick, and the goal scorer Paslak became between defenders to plant his header firmly beyond David Seaman. It's 3-1. Here running through, customised challenge. Fournier there ahead of Wright. Corner conceded by Hochstetter. From Lidigan, turned away as far as Merson, and now Wright, sharp save, Wright. Well, he's got another back. 3-2 the score. Ian Wright at the second time of asking, blasted into the roof of the net. Final minute of the 90. They keep coming back at you. Turned in by Merson with the outside of his foot. Wright's header scooped out by Uwe Kamps. The man who scored in every tie up to the final 2 years ago in the Cup Winners' Cup has again found the net to give Arsenal some hope. Nearing 150 goals for Arsenal now, Ian Wright. Hartson is there, so too is Anderson. Shot from Merson! What a fantastic strike. And what a very good save by Uwe Kamps. Oh, that's a perler from Paul Merson. Corner towards Bold. Out as far as Glenn Helder. Miskicked and couldn't find Merson. Played more than a minute of added time. Still Arsenal throw. It's Keogh. He's left it for Merson. Outstretched foot of Paslak managed to turn it out to the throw. Winterburn hurls it in there. Bold. So clear by Schneider, back in by Helder. Hartson with a header, and Kemp has to make a normal save. Corner kick. Well, there's never a dull moment at Highbury these days. So much for boring Arsenal, that's for sure. Merson. Hartson is there again. Cleared almost inevitably by Patrick Anderson, who's been a tower for Mönchengladbach tonight. And Mönchengladbach go back to Germany with a one-goal first leg advantage. Arsenal's powers of recovery were in evidence again. The goal at the start of the second half by Stefan Effenberg was particularly damaging. They answered that with a beauty from Paul Merson. They answered again in the final moments with a goal from Ian Wright after Paslak had made it 3-1. And the fact of the matter is that Arsenal have been beaten here in Europe for the first time in nearly 5 years, and they're going to have to beat Mönchengladbach in Cologne in a fortnight's time if they're to progress in this competition. It's a tall order. They've been beaten at home by 3 goals to 2 and have conceded 8 goals in a week.
You know, the tie's not over. I've said this. It's not over yet. We know what we've got to do, and you know, we proved tonight that we can create a lot of chances against them. And provided we go out to Germany in 2 weeks' time and with the right resolve and attitude, then there's no reason why, you know, we can't actually make progress into the next round. We know it's going to be difficult, but that's the job.
I thought we gave them too much respect first half. We didn't stick to our game plan that we were supposed to first half and getting about them and get the ball up and playing their half. And second half, when we did do that, I thought we was a much better team than them, and we did rattle them. But no, you can't take any credit away from them. To get 3 goals at Arsenal in any European Cup side, and Effenberg I thought was just different class.
Arsenal included new signing Patrick Vieira for the first time, but it was John Hartson who put them in front after only 3 minutes. Middlesbrough must have been hoping that Fabrizio Ravanelli would add to the 10 goals he's already scored at home this season, but whatever he did today, the woodwork seemed to get in the way. Arsenal's second goal came gift-wrapped, courtesy of some terrible defending. Steve Vickers lost his footing, and Ian Wright was in just the right place. Premiership goal number 6 for him. Meanwhile, back at the other end, Signor Ravanelli was still being frustrated. This the first time he hasn't scored in a match at the Riverside. Half an hour into the first half, Tony Adams came on as a substitute. It was his first appearance since January, and since the admission that he's been fighting a problem with alcoholism. He very nearly capped a successful comeback with a goal. New manager Arsene Wenger takes over tomorrow, but the caretaker's done pretty well himself.
Well, to be truthful, I don't think I'm ready for it, to be perfectly truthful. I know that that they all say, you know, that I'm there as number 1 at the present time, but you know, I've never been a number 2. So I'm absolutely convinced that there's more to it than what I'm doing at the present time. And as I've said previous, it's the other people who's given me tremendous back.
First-hand evidence of the qualities he would inherit with a spirited performance in Cologne on Wednesday night. However, Stefan Effenberg's through ball found an Arsenal defence flat, leaving Andy Juskowiak to race on before scoring on the 23rd minute. 3 minutes before half-time, Paul Merson's free kick found its way to Ian Wright. He did the rest, apart from picking the ball out of the net. Arsenal, who before the equaliser looked down and out, suddenly took the lead through Paul Merson. The Arsenal man certainly justifying his England call-up. Borussia's Stefan Effenberg was in sparkling form, and in the 74th minute, the red-haired schemer coolly provided the Germans with their equaliser. At 2-2, Arsenal went searching for a third goal that would have taken them into extra time and paid the price. Polish striker Juskowiak got his second of the match and Borussia's third. Borussia now go on to play Monaco in the second round.
Looking back to the dark days, did you think this was ever going to be a possibility? Did you think you'd ever be in the England squad again?
And when I was in my treatment centre, they said to me, you know, you've got to have big goals, and when I come out, my goal was to get back in the England squad. And you know, a lot of people sort of looked at me a bit funny, but you know, it's been hard work and everything, but it's very pleasing. Stuart Houston said to me the day I come out of treatment, you know, aim for the stars and you might hit the roof. But you know, today I've seen that I've hit the stars.
But did you really expect it during those days, which must have been very depressing? No chance, you know, but it was something that I had to aim for. I was told in my treatment centre to aim for big goals like that, but you know, in the back of my mind and deep down, I didn't really think. And like 6-7 weeks ago, I was back down, I was virtually on my knees again. I went to meetings, and you know, people in the meetings just said, enjoy yourself, don't put so much pressure on yourself. And that's what I've been doing. I've been enjoying my football, and you know, it's paid off. You were saying you were down again. That was recently, was it?
It was about 7 weeks ago. Before the start of the season, I was struggling again. I was getting depressed, and you know, a lot of things weren't going right. But you know, you go through them stages, and you have to fight through them and go to meetings. And you know, for the people in the meetings, and my wife and my family, everybody stuck by me. And you know, the FA have to take a big mention with the club. The FA were put under severe pressure to ban me when I come out with my problems, and you know, stuck their neck out, put me in a treatment centre, and you know, they need a big pat on the back, and so do the club.
And so does Paul Merson. Arsene Wenger lands in the Highbury hot seat next week, so today's home game against Sunderland is the present incumbent's last game in charge, and I'm pleased to say that Pat Rice is taking time out from his preparations to join me now. Good afternoon, Pat.
Good afternoon, Gary.
It's been quite a recovery from Paul Merson. You must be delighted with his progress.
He's been tremendous from our point of view, and it's a just call-up because he's been absolutely playing fantastic for Arsenal. And I'm sure that if he is selected for the England party and to actually play against Poland, I'm sure he'll do great.
We've heard that he's had a few tonsillitis problems. Is he going to miss today's game?
No, he's not going to miss the game. It's just one of those things where he's just got to take a few lozenges and stuff like that.
It must be very encouraging too for Tony Adams to see how Paul Merson, with similar problems, has coped with them.
Yeah, well, Tony was very brave. He came out and he admitted it to the players, and then it just went nationwide. But he knows what he's got to do. He's got tremendous support from Paul, and we're all rallying around him.
What about yourself, Pat? Have you enjoyed your short spell in charge?
Well, it's been very interesting. I don't think I would like to do it full time, simply because I've never had the experience of actually being a number 2. And without Bruce Rioch, I wouldn't have got this opportunity, because he brought me up to work alongside Stuart.
It's not given you a little taster for it, though, has it?
No. I don't even like this, Gary.
I can understand that. What about Arsene Wenger? He's come. You had your first impressions with him. How were they?
He's very meticulous in his preparation. I think he will be, to some extent, a disciplinarian, and it'll be very good for everybody, especially as he's going to bring in some new European ideas.
He was alongside you on the bench for the game in Mönchengladbach Borussia Mönchengladbach at the weekend. How did he handle things? What sort of character is he?
Well, he was unlike the rest of us who get involved in it. He was very laid back. He just made 1 or 2 comments which we tried to carry out, and it's going to be interesting whenever he gets into the real heat of the Premier League.
Disappointing to go out of the European competition, though. Threw it away at home, really, didn't you?
We did. I mean, to say to actually lose 3 goals away, at home it's a difficult hurdle to actually overcome whenever you actually go over there. But full credit to all of the players. They gave 100%, and that's all people can ask of them.
Finally, Pat, you've had a good spell in charge of Arsenal. It'd be quite a finale if you could go out by scoring a few goals and getting yourself on top of the Premiership.
Well, we know today's game is going to be very difficult for us, because Peter Reid has done a brilliant job at Sunderland. But all we can do is we can go out and try and play well, and if the players are happy and confident, then hopefully we may come away with a positive result.
OK, Pat, thanks very much for joining us, and all the very best this afternoon.